Good morning, everyone. We are in Clark International Speedway for the 8 Hours Philippine Endurance Championships. And the car we are running today is the Mazda Miata ND under the Carporn Parts Pro Autostrada banner. I want to introduce my drivers, which is Alan Uy, Tyson C, Carlos Anton, and myself. And in the other car that we are running, which is also a Mazda Miata, belongs to Marc Soong. So his other drivers are Joey Almeida, Kael Gaito, and Antonio Brias. I can't even remember names. Anyway, yesterday was qualifying and we finished 8th on the grid. Now with an endurance race like this, the strategy is all about how long the driver can stay out, lapping the other cars while maintaining their pace. So we are doing an average of 218 to 222. In my group, I am the slowest driver, which means I need to make sure that I'm always on pace. And our strategy will be only to stop 3 times for the driver changes and some fuel. So ideally, what happens here is we drive the car at about 90 to 80% so that we can save the car and finish the race. The 8-hour endurance is not all about a sprint race and driving all out. This is all about preserving the car, enjoying the race, and making sure that you're on pace. So the race has started and we are now pit side. Alan Uy, our first driver, is out along with Marc Soong. So right now the game is to hold your position, drive a little faster so that you can defend a spot, and then be consistent with the driving. So in about an hour and a half or so, me and Alan will be swapping places and I will be in the next 2-hour stint in the car. Hopefully we're not going to encounter any problems. Yesterday where there's a lot of drama, some of our other teammates had broke down. Overnight they had to rebuild the car. So the problem with the endurance racing, even though you are fast for qualifying, sometimes your car doesn't make it. But our Mazda Miata is race proven. We have raced the 4-hour endurance and the 12-hour endurance, and the car is actually leading in championship points. So hopefully after today we can bag the overall championship points along with winning today's classes. Our Mazda had joined 3 classes, RP class, FM1, and FM2. Now, what we've done is to actually detune the car so that we can hit all the other classes. On the leaderboard, we are leading on the FM2 and FM1. In the RP class, we have a lot of competition. There's our competition. It's only the start of the race and we already have a casualty. There's one guy running around the track with a smoking tailpipe already. He could have a blown motor or one of his valves is giving. So it's only the start of the race, but we're gonna see people drop out already. And again, the name of the game is endurance, not to push your car overly hard so that you can make it to finish the 8 hours. So right now we are in position number 5. We started in number 8, so we moved up already 3 spots. And as you can see, Alan's time is a 2:21, which means he's doing a steady run, which he wants to do because he wants to conserve the gas. Alan's qualifying time was 2:18.9, which means he can go faster, but instead of going too fast, it's all about longevity and saving the car. Our friend Marc Soong has just moved up to number 11. Marc Soong in the number 18 car. So for the RP class, we are standing 4th overall. For the FM1, we are number 1, and for the FM2, we are also number 1. Right now we have some cars pulling into the pits, and the pit strategy for the race is you have to stop the car, turn it off. There's a minimum of a 2-minute stop when you're in the pit. That includes the driver change and the refueling. After that you can join the race again. Now what happens when you pit the car to refuel and stop, you actually lose 1 lap because the average lap time per car is about 2 minutes 10. The fastest car is doing 2 minutes 10, and then the slowest car would be 2 minutes 30. We're on average right now, Alan is doing about a 2:22 to a 2:20, which means we're on pace. We're hoping to call Alan in the next 35 minutes. That means I'm going to get into the car, and it's going to be my stint for another 2 hours. I'm going to drive at about 85% to 90% to make sure that I save the car for the next driver. I'm going to be up in 2 laps, so I gotta go get ready.
It's okay.
I'm now stretching to make sure I'm fit for the race, and I'm pretty relaxed. I'll see you guys in a bit. So it's about 2 p.m. and I just finished my stint. Right now in the car is Tyson C, who's doing about a 2:19, which is fairly good. A while ago when I got in the car, Alan was complaining that we had issues with something in the back of the car. When I stepped out onto the track, I saw that the exhaust was hanging low, but the crew decided for me to go out on track still. So after about 7 laps of driving the car, I finally heard the exhaust slap the ground. And then they radioed me to come back in so that we can fix it. We pitted in and we garaged the car, which cost us about 3 minutes of downtime. And after that, we got back on track. My pace for driving today was from 2 minutes 25, but I was able to bring it down to 2 minutes 22 and keep a steady pace. I ended up doing about 39 laps, or just basically finish the tank of the Mazda Miata. And hopefully later today, with the pace of Tyson and Carlos Anton and the pit strategy that we just did of a splash and dash, we're able to keep the car out longer and hopefully take home the RP class, the FM1 and the FM2. Right now on the live timing system, on the RP class, we're 3rd place, but for FM1 and FM2, we're holding 1st place. So good luck to our team and hope we bring home the bacon. Even though I am not driving, I am so nervous and I feel a little heartbroken that Marc's car met an accident. I'm just thankful again that Joey is fine. And while we were sorting the car out, I heard from the other crew that a car was burning in the front. It was the full lady driver team, and I'm glad that the girl is okay also, but she was rushed to the hospital, hoping she didn't suffer any burns or any carbon poisoning. But right now, watching the race from up here, it's just nerve-wracking because as we're watching the time go down, we're waiting to see where we end up after an hour and a half. 1 hour, 19 minutes. We just got a fresh update. So 1 hour, 19. We will end at 4:30 today. After this, it's just like... Right now, the Miata and the E36 of Auto Performance are right next to each other. Carlos is following the E36 about maybe 2 corners behind. So it's going to be very interesting because they have to pit in. I'm thinking they have to pit in. I hope they have to pit in. Fingers crossed, I'm so nervous. So we just moved to 3rd overall. 3rd overall. We are now contending for 3rd place, or sorry, 2nd place in the RP class. Oh my god, how exciting is this? So we have about 50 minutes left and we just crawled into 3rd overall. We are now doing 2nd in RP class and it's going to be super exciting. The Auto Performance team is now number 1 in the RP class and we are number 2. Wow, this is going to be a close race, people. Close race. It's the last 7 minutes and the reserve light of the car just turned on and we don't know whether to ask Carlos to come in or keep him out. Right now the team had a consensus of making him drive the car at a slower pace just so that we can hold on to the 3rd position in the RP class. We're hoping the car makes it to the finish line. Oh my god, so nerve-wracking. It's almost time and as long as the car rolls through the finish line, even though there's no fuel, we will hold 3rd place in the RP class. Where's the Miata? Please cross the finish line. So it's official, the V1 in the open class just crossed the finish line. They are first overall. Where's their car? Yeah! Yes! So awarding was supposed to be on the main straight, and we were going through the straight and we're like, where's their car? Where's their car? And true enough, because we were running it on fumes, Carlos ran out of fuel right by the hairpins and we got to have the car towed back here. But finally we're here and we're ready to accept our awards. Thank you so much to my sponsors, Parts Pro Racing, Autostrada, Carporn Racing, Victoria Court, Mazda Philippines. Thank you so much for the love and support, guys. I hope you enjoyed this crazy endurance race that we had. My co-drivers here, Alan Uy, Tyson C, and Carlos Anton, we did an amazing job. Thank you so much.